Hello guys and girls, how's it going? Screezilla here and I hope you're all well. So today I am doing the second Halloween event for World of Warships. And what an event it is. Unfortunately, because this is the replay, we will see the real names of the ships, not the made up names. I'll show you them afterwards. But we're in the Chapyev Russian cruiser. And we have Tirpitz, Lexington, and another destroyer on our team. But what we have here is the event cruiser. Oh boy, what a cruiser this is. The Chapyev cruiser in the event format. Oh boy, this thing is fun. And it's gorgeous to boot. It's got that fantastic Art Deco steampunk style that I am such a fan of. I could go on for a long time talking about that kind of stuff. Anyway, this event follows on from the other side of the portal. So, if you remember last time, we escorted the Transylvania through the portal to save it. And, well, this is the other side of the portal. And the enemy have followed us. Dum dum dum. So the event, well, the mission is to protect the ship and get it to the base, get it to shore basically, and stop the enemy from killing it and getting any further. So you'll see there that we have the jackal and the couple of the other ships. I can't remember the names of them now. The something something and the other ones. So we have those ships there that have come through the portal to try and help out. But we've got to protect these ships. Now, a really interesting little bit of this gameplay is actually this big green cloud that's obscuring my view of that enemy ship. And what that is that's the mist from the evil ships that's seeping through. And if you get inside of it, it causes your ship to rot and break down. So you've got to be very careful not to get inside of that. But it also gives the enemy strength. So when they're inside of it too, they have extra strength. Some of their ships will heal and things like that. So it's a really interesting little mechanic. And boy, this is a really fun little game aspect. But one of the fun little things that it's done is giving us a bit of a look into things that may be coming. And one thing that may well be coming to us is this little perk here. Now, can I actually click on it and see it? No, I can't. But what it is it basically reduces your fire time. It makes you fire at a faster rate. So it increases your reload time, and in this mode it heals you as well. So all the damage you do, you get health from the damage that you cause. Now we'll run in with that destroyer there as it charges into the side of me. But this might well be something that the American light cruisers get to up their rate of fire. I have to forgive the odd little lag spike there, I do apologise about that. But it's something that people may think might come for the cruiser split that's happening. Now, as you see there, enemy ships just appear in this fog, and they just come out of nowhere almost right next to you sometimes, and it's quite terrifying. And as you can see, you can take some serious damage from these. I believe it's the Bismarck that they're using. The enemy team's got the Bismarck. So they've got some serious firepower on their ships. You don't want to get too close to them for sure. They've also got the Charles Martel, the French destroyer, which again has got some very good firepower on board. I think it will say, yes, so the Bismarck, the Benson, and the Charles Martel. So, you know, some seriously good ships from the enemy team there. So you've got to be a bit careful getting too close to them. But one thing that you can do as well is your friendly uh, Turpits has got a ability to heal its group, so it does like a group heal. So there's all these fun little features. It's almost like an MMO raid. It's like playing WoW. Well, I guess we are playing WoW technically, but it's a bit like playing an MMO, a more traditional MMO than World of Warships. So I've put down my rate of fire, and as you can see here, I'm healing myself with all the damage that I do, but I'm also taking a lot of damage here. I'm on fire. Use my damage repair. I've managed to get some health back for myself from the sheer rate of fire I had there, from my massive barrage of fire, and now again on this Shah Martel, getting some good health there as well. This is such a fun event though. I have to just tip my hat to Wargaming for their Halloween events. They just do such an amazing job, much like Gaijin do such a fantastic job for their April Fool's events, where they put things in to test things. And Wargaming do some great April Fool stuff, don't get me wrong, but I must admit, Gaijin seem to have the part they're set. Right here, I panic a little bit because I've just come across a rather large group of enemy ships that have just appeared from nowhere. Oh, crap. So, I'm expecting to die, but luckily our towers managed to take them out. They get destroyed by the towers, and thankfully the AI managed to take them out rather quickly, because I would have been very dead if not for that. Now, as you can see in the top left corner, we've got our tasks there. So we need to eliminate 30 foes, we need to save 2 towers, we need to kill the Great Gorgon, which is a aircraft carrier over in the mist over there. If I could work out how to do these replay controls, I would probably show you. But there's some fantastic looking ships. These things just look mega in their visuals. As I said, they have this fantastic steampunk Art Nouveau sort of look to them, and the evil ships just look so brutal. They look like something out of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe almost. Not that you get a good look at them in this fog, but the Shah Martel, for instance, has got a almost like a Egyptian look to it. So we're getting some shots off there. Now we're going to look at our torpedoes and maybe do a salvo of torpedoes. The AI are fantastic as well. Another thing that I have to splooge over and just mention how good it is just the in World of Warships. Obviously it's a lot easier in ships because there's no terrain really to worry about. Yes, you can beach yourself, but there's not much to worry about. But they do avoid torpedoes, and they actually act smart. They don't just charge headlong into a torpedo round, which is really helpful. You know, it does make for better gameplay. And as you can see here, I'm getting an absolute pounding here. Luckily, I'm in a Russian cruiser, so I can take a few good hits. These things are pretty much like a small battleship rather than a standard cruiser. So we are continuously pounding away at the enemy and doing our best to just keep alive, really. I've managed to get into a healing pool, so that's good. I've got a lot of my health back here, which is really handy. As I said, the heals are the main part for this, so you really need to help each other out. Teamwork is super important, and Luckily, I got a really good team this round. I've had a few games where it's been teamwork's not been great, so to say, which does really affect these modes. So we're firing a few off at the Gorgon, and as you can see, it's got almost like a giant dragon on it. It just, yeah, it looks fantastic. I would recommend go and have a look at some of the concept art for some of these ships if you can, a little bit later, because they just look fantastic. We've got the Bismarck coming out of the murky fog now, and I'm pretty much broadside on. And as you can see, those menacing looking teeth on it. Just a truly evil looking ship that it is, but it's no match for a destroyer and a cruiser at close range with our torpedoes. You get some nice little rewards for this as well. You can actually buy the loot boxes, but in all honesty, you could probably get all of the different camouflages that are available for victories in this mode without too much hassle, which is really nice. It's sort of it's more a thing of, you know, if you've not had the time to do it, the loot box to help people who don't have the time, or you know, just really just want to not worry about the gameplay. Maybe they don't like these operations, but you've got that option to really grind through these operations if you want to get them. You're not sort of hampered by these loot boxes. There's a lot of problems with loot boxes at the moment, but the way that Wargaming have put this system is actually really quite good. Not often I will praise a loot box, but in this case I can sort of see what they've done, and it's not a bad little part to it. So one of the important things with the cruiser is you have your radar, and that lets you see through the filth, so you can pick up enemy targets. So it's important to have that on cooldown. You can see we've got a battleship and our destroyer in the filth at the moment, and those are the two ships that can sit in there and do lots of damage, whereas your cruisers need to sit outside of the filth because they tend to struggle in there. They lose a lot of engine power. You can see there the Shah Martel with that Egyptian style look to it. Now getting some health here, and we're going all right. We're getting a bit closer. I'm starting to drift towards the filth here again, so I'm sort of wanting to get out of that as quick as possible, because I lose engine power, and I also lose some of my, well, start losing my health relatively quickly as well. Salvo of torpedoes off there, hopefully going to hit that Bismarck. The one of our turpets has actually gone down because of the filth. He's died from the filth itself because he stayed too long in this disgusting fog, and has died from his placement there. So I've managed to torpedo the Bismarck there, and do some damage, and we have gained victory. And that is game, ladies and gentlemen. So what we'll do is we will hop to the post-game results, and I will show you some of the loot boxes. Okie dokie, let's check and see what we won for our rewards. So as you can see now in port, we can see the Civatores with Ivan K. Ubani. in port, and just look at this glorious steampunk ship. Now I'm just going to show you some of the other ships that are in the in this mode. There's the destroyer, which I find isn't too great, but it still looks beautiful. It just has that steampunkish vibe to it. The smoke is actually red when it comes out, like a blood red. It's just gorgeous. Versivatore is the paddle steamer, as you can see, and it just looks fantastic. It's just such a unique looking boat. It has that real steampunky vibe to it, especially with this giant Tesla-like radar coil on top. The Meganu S is the battleship, based off the Tirpitz, and just look at it. It's got that fantastic eel head on the front. These lovely coils which produce like a healing shield for the friends, like a hydro electric system for when it's moving. It just looks fantastic, and the guns, everything just looks so great on this boat. And finally we have the Nobalium, which is the aircraft carrier based off of Lexington, and you can see there's that sort of clock mechanism there. The paddle steamer at the back here for propulsion, and even the aeroplanes on the deck just look fantastic. Look at them. You've got these fantastic steampunk-esque inspired aeroplanes with these bird wings for them, and they just look magnificent. So you've got the fighters at the front here, the torpedo planes, and I think these are your dive bombers, or these might be the fighters and they may be the dive bombers at the front. Anyway, let's have a quick look to see what rewards we got. So we'll open up the containers. So we got a Scarab Charles Martel. So that is a permanent camouflage. Awesome. We have got the Igor St. Louis. So that's from last year's as well. So the Igor variant of the St. Louis. And finally, 15 of the Halloween 2016 paint jobs. Awesome. Okay, and we got a standard container as well. We'll go more signals, I think, because they're always handy. Nice big container. Let's see what fun stuff we got there. This is just our daily task. So, Sierra Mike, Juliet Whiskey, and India Delta. Okay, lovely. Well, that worked out well all in all. Now, being that we got the 5-star reward as well, it meant that we got, let's have a look at the operations. We want to do other operations, that's what we want to do. So, Sunray in Darkness is the operation that we've got here. We missed out on saving Transylvania, unfortunately. I didn't manage completing that this year. Being that the operations are intact, you actually get some interesting little rewards this year. So you get one container, one container, one container, one container, and one container. So you just get containers for these ones. You don't get the usual things of premium accounts and things like that. I don't think. Let's just have a check. Don't think I've got premium for the day. No premium, but do I have the Charles Martel? I think I do. I think I have the Glacion. Let's look, see what I've got. France, Charles Martel. No, that's a bit further on for me, so eventually I'll unlock it. But let's just go back to the port and go to our St. Louis. And what we can do is we can now equip the eagle. So we can have the eagle camouflage on there constantly for the remainder of its life, which is just really neat. It's nice to actually have it available because it's such a cool looking little camouflage. It's a nice little reward for some of these ships. I also got the jackal camouflage for the German battleship. I think it's the Nassau. That has that. But yes, I got that as well. So yeah, really cool. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. And well, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Until then, bye bye.